Tonight's top story, a gas line explosion at a home in Manor, and the whole thing is caught on video. Tonight we've learned parts of the neighborhood are without gas and heat because of this. Now this happened this afternoon on Briar Creek Loop in Manor. We've been following this story all night for you, and that's where KITV's Angel Covarrubias is live. And Angel, a major lesson here about what to do if you smell gas in your neighborhood.
That's right, Ron. And folks, if you smell gas, call 911 immediately and then your gas company, and don't go anywhere near that gas line. Now, tonight, gas service has not been restored here, meaning about 30 homes have no heat. Some of the neighbors opting to stay elsewhere tonight and telling me that they didn't know what to think while they heard that explosion. Take a look at this video shot by Eric Arp as he watched flames and smoke barrel out of his neighbor's home.
We heard an explosion. Our entire house just shook.
Eric was working from home when it happened and instantly grabbed his phone while his wife, her friend, and 2-year-old son looked on.
Well, at first we didn't know that it was a gas line, of course. I mean, we just saw that it was on fire.
Fire investigators say the homeowners were working on their gas line when it started leaking. 2 workers from Texas Community Propane were called out. Minutes later, as they investigated, the line exploded.
An unknown ignition source occurred, and they caused the gas line to explode. We had the report of a smell of a gas leak in the neighborhood prior to this event.
Both workers suffered burns and were transported to the hospital. We're told they will be okay. Tonight, crews were out boarding up the fire damage and inspecting the gas line that's been shut down. When you see something like that right outside your window, what's the feeling?
It is very surreal. It just almost doesn't even seem real that it could be happening, so it was pretty crazy.
Now, folks, authorities telling neighbors out here that the gas line should be restored by tomorrow morning. The Red Cross will be helping out the family of 5 that live here with food, water, and shelter for several days. The investigation into what caused the explosion continues. We're live in Maynard. Angel Covarrubias, KITV News.
Thank you, Angel. We are fighting back against crime tonight. 2012 will end as more violent and deadly on Austin streets compared to last year. KITV's Karen Kiley has been breaking down the crime numbers in the city. And Karen, as we wind down the year, one of the biggest problems was on the roadways.
That's right, Ron. 46 people in vehicles, 3 on bikes, and 28 on foot. A total of 77 people killed on Austin's roadways this year. That's a more than 50% increase over last year, and it's not the only crime stat on the rise.
2012 started with the murder of Esmeralda Barrera. The teaching assistant was strangled on New Year's Day. Since then, 30 more people were murdered on Austin streets. That's up from 27 in 2011.
There is a slight increase from 2011 in 2013. We're going to do everything we can to get that number as low as possible.
In Austin's South Central and Central East areas, the murder rate jumped significantly from just 5 murders last year to 11 this year. In that area, robberies of businesses are also up 45%.
Our 2 guys that work here are named Bear and Rock. We both weigh 280 or up. I think we're okay.
At Bureau Lifestyle on East 5th Street,
we have locks on everything. We lock everything every time we leave.
Ryan Keeling says the crime hasn't found its way to his store.
I think that we're close enough to the 35 and close enough to downtown, you know, to where I'm not really concerned about it.
But downtown also gets mixed reviews. Robberies of businesses are down 34%, but the murder rate spiked from just 2 murders last year to 7 this year.
They'll go back and look at 2012 and see what we could do better, what we succeeded on, to try to improve on that as well.
For a year that started with murder, it ended with some closure. Just this month, APD closed Esmeralda Barrera's case, confident her killer was James Brown Jr. That is one bright spot in the numbers. Detectives have solved all but 4 of this year's homicides.
Now, a few other bright spots in the numbers. Robberies of individuals and bank robberies as well as rapes were all on the decline in 2012. APD tells me that they'll finish compiling all of the numbers as 2012 closes out and then look and see if there are any trends or any changes that need to be made for next year. Reporting live in the newsroom, Karen Kiley, KITV News.
Thank you, Karen. Customers of the downtown post office are concerned about parking problems when the new facility opens next week. The downtown Austin post office at 510 Guadalupe is closing tomorrow. The new location will open the day after New Year's Day at 823 Congress. Post office says this move is going to save money in the long run, but the new location will not have free parking, which could cost you more money.
I don't know how they're going to be able to take care of their customers with no parking. It's going to be very inconvenient.
The option of building a facility with a parking lot in the preferred area consideration really, it just wasn't feasible. The cost would have been too high.
Boland says many other large urban area post offices don't have free parking, and keeping the current location was not cost effective. One of Austin's darkest days was on August 1st, 1966, when Charles Whitman went on a shooting rampage on the observation deck of the University of Texas Tower. Tonight, the Austin police officer, who fellow officers credit with stopping Whitman, has passed away. Houston McCoy died of lung disease at the age of 72. I interviewed Officer McCoy on the 40th anniversary of the sniper attack. Tonight, only on KITV, we hear the striking details of that day in McCoy's own words.
It's like a battle scene. It's like there's another shot and another shot. There are two different kinds of shots. Apparently, police are returning the fire now.
Austin had never experienced anything like Charles Whitman's shooting rampage. There was no emergency plan for such an event in 1966. Police rushed to the university and had to figure out how to get inside the tower without getting shot.
It's a battle now. It's a battle between the sniper and the police.
One of them was Houston McCoy. In 2006, 40 years after that terrifying day, he and most of the other officers who made it to the top of the tower reunited for the first time to retrace their steps. They remember an engineer telling them to follow him through underground tunnels to get to the base of the tower. Once there, they got on an elevator, wondering what was waiting for them.
We were instantly, on guard with the guns drawn, and Houston was the only person that had a shotgun.
And I was off safety. He was caught back, and the big old grin came on his face, and I know one came on mine because my jaw still hurts to this day.
You remember that?
Oh, hell yeah, I remember it.
After that heart-stopping reunion, the officers quickly discovered Charles Whitman's first victims that day. When they reached the top, Officer Ramiro Martinez was already there.
Martinez right here.
Was he squatted down?
Oh, hell yeah. And I was pretty apprehensive myself.
Because lots of shots were still being fired from the ground.
He went into here, split position, left leg sticking that away, right leg sticking back that away. And he started firing, tow, 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 tow. I come back out over here, right down, well, I was down, low. Shot at the head, I hit him, and the head started going that way. And I didn't like that shot, stood up straighter, and shot again and hit him over here. His head bounced, and then he just kind of slithered down like that.
Officer Martinez was originally given credit for killing Whitman, but the witnessing officers say it was the shots McCoy fired first that stopped Charles Whitman. McCoy is being remembered fondly tonight by the local police community, and not just for his role in the tower shooting.
He did not want to be remembered for that one incident, and he's not. He's remembered for a lot of things, but and that's why we've put his name on our Police Association Hall, because he and the other guys represent what our current officers want to be, and that's willing, able to meet the call when it comes.
I spoke with Houston McCoy's daughter today. Monica McCoy says funeral arrangements are still being planned and that Austin police will be participating. We also spoke about this picture her father sent me right before his health had declined. This is it. It's a picture of him as a young Austin police officer and the Medal of Valor he received in 1967 for helping end the tower tragedy. I shared with Monica some of your memories of her father and the UT shooting that have been posted on my Facebook page all day today. She says she was very touched. You can join the conversation. Just search for me on KITV's Facebook page. Tonight, the country is remembering retired General Norman Schwarzkopf. The commander who drove Saddam Hussein's forces out of Kuwait during the Gulf War was known as Stormin' Norman. He retired in Florida, where he had served his last military assignment. His sister says he died from complications of pneumonia. Schwarzkopf was 78 years old. Today, President George H.W. Bush was well enough to approve a condolence statement for General Schwarzkopf from his own hospital bed. The president's chief of staff also sent an email today about Mr. Bush's health, saying that the former president would ask me to tell you to please put the harps back in the closet and that he will remain in the hospital for a while as he recovers from complications of bronchitis. Many Texans are praying for the 88-year-old's recovery. We traveled to the George H.W. Bush Library in College Station today, where we found many visitors wanting to learn about the life and legacy of our country's 41st president.
Outside of the Kennedys, there's no other family that's been in the political scene as long, or two governors, two presidents. That's just phenomenal.
President Bush has been in the hospital since the day after Thanksgiving and in intensive care in Houston since Sunday. Beauty fix dangers next, what we uncovered at Central Texas Medical Spas. Plus, a racy surprise what a 5-year-old found on his new video game system that was not an appropriate Christmas gift. Also, aquarium explosion, the reason this giant tank burst wide open. And watching a cold front, Troy will tell us how much longer we can expect these freezing nights.
From our family to yours, happy holidays here from the Taco Shack.
I do. A lot happens before you say those words, and WeddingsInCentralTexas.com is your destination for inspiration. Post your announcements, find local vendors, get tips on planning, see videos, and more at WeddingsInCentralTexas.com.
The Ricky Lake Show.
Weekdays at 4 on KITV.
Here for the interview?
You're looking for someone with big brains, right? Well, I designed this chair at Haverty's, so that says it all.
You're the one. May I?
Please.
Very nice.
Yeah. We're gonna have to let you go.
Everything's on sale to help you ring in a new look. Get 36-month no-interest financing at Haverty's. Discover something new.
Garage door springs are the most critical and dangerous part of a garage door. The spring on this 250-pound door broke after only 5 years. Don't gamble. Call Precision Garage Door, the only local garage door service offering springs engineered to last up to 10 times longer. That's peace of mind. Call 24/7 for Precision's preventative maintenance and 34-point safety inspection program. It's only $39.95. Precision Garage Door, America's #1 garage door service.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
It's Nissan season to save. Get in today for holiday bonus cash on popular models. Up to $2,000 on top of existing offers. Lease the all-new Altima, $199 per month plus bonus cash. Or lease the all-new Sentra, just $169 per month. Shop at ChooseNissan.com or your local Nissan dealer. Hurry, up to $2,000 holiday bonus cash ends January 2nd.
Tonight, hey kids, Dave's got Matt Damon. Plus, the top 10 least likely royal baby names. Kim Jong-Windsor. Tonight on Dave.
Botox, laser hair removal, even liposuction. KITV uncovered these procedures are being done in medical spas without doctors around. We're finding out there is little to no regulation. And as KITV's Christy Post discovered, there's a loophole and it's harming some patients.
Under the current rules, the Texas Medical Board does not regulate these spas. Rather, they license the doctor who oversees it. But we're finding out that doctor doesn't always do the procedures.
Relax. Okay, so I'm going to start over here.
Botox is just one treatment that's recently come under fire. That's because it's not uncommon to see estheticians who are experts in maintaining healthy skin to be injecting patients.
There's some debate about how far away does the doctor need to be if a treatment's going on. Should they be 70 miles away? Is that okay? Is it okay if they're 200 miles away?
Right now, there's no answer for that. Because of it, Takari Medical Spa is taking its own approach.
When we have a new patient, for example, we usually, generally the doctor wants to come over and meet the patient, understand the plan of care.
Registered nurse Meredith Forte says if there are any questions, the doctors are next door. That's not
always the case.
It's not regulated, and so people are quick to understand that there's some money to be made.
Every year, the Texas Medical Board says they receive 7,000 complaints. Recently, the agency sanctioned a Dallas doctor after 2 of his patients nearly died from liposuction.
We learned in the course of the investigation that the doctor's entire knowledge consisted of having read the manual that came with the liposuction machine.
It may seem shocking, but there is little regulation for doctors who perform it.
We don't require that doctors get any sort of special permission from us to do liposuction, nor is there a requirement that they be, say, board certified in plastic surgery.
With patients being severely harmed, the board is in the process of rewriting and approving rules. They are first tackling Botox in the new year.
Right.
In the meantime, it's buyers beware.
We are injecting medications and substances that are ordered by a physician, and so it just kind of stands to reason with our physicians and nurses that there needs to be some oversight.
The Texas Medical Board has a list of all the licensed doctors in the state. Be sure to check them out before going to one of their spas. We have a link to that list at KITV.com. In the newsroom, Christy Post, KITV News.
Tomorrow afternoon, President Obama and 4 key congressional leaders will meet to discuss how to avoid the fiscal cliff. There are 4 days left to reach a deal before deep spending cuts and tax increases take effect. Right now, there is no legislation pending in either the House or the Senate. The process of rebuilding Big Tex is going to take a little more money than first thought. The State Fair up in Dallas is now taking donations to rebuild the icon that burned after an electrical fire in October. Big Tex was insured for close to $200,000. A rebuild will take between $450,000 and $600,000. If you want to donate, go to KITV.com and look for this story. Cloudy, cool, and foggy in Central Texas tonight. Here's KITV Chief Storm Tracker Meteorologist Troy Kimmel. And Troy, it's going to stay chilly into tomorrow.
A little bit warmer temporarily maybe tomorrow, Ronnie, but then cooler as we go into the weekend across Central Texas. If you've been east of Austin tonight, you know, and around the Austin area, the up and down the I-35 corridor, a little bit of light drizzle and some fog out there. I want to show you Viper. We, earlier this evening, kind of turned it into super sensitive mode to kind of look at this rain, which is a little more difficult to see. But you can see as of the 10 o'clock hour, most of the rain is off to the east now, from Lexington down to LaGrange and east of that line. I noticed LaGrange had a couple of hundredths of an inch of rain, but mostly this has been a trace rainfall event across the area. One big thing right now that we need to look at, especially toward daybreak, are the visibilities. Austin Bergstrom International Airport right now at a half-mile visibility. Meanwhile, out at Austin Executive Airport, that's on the northeast side of Pflugerville, they're at about, right now, about 3/4 of a mile. I think Camp Mabry, a mile and a half. 1 mile visibility in Georgetown down to the south in San Marcos right now, about 1 3/4 of a mile. So you need to use a lot of caution out there, even though we don't see a lot of heavy rain here. Mainly light rain, fog, and drizzle across the area, continuing as of this hour. So let's plan ahead for tomorrow and look at first thing in the morning. Temperatures will actually have risen just a bit, closer to 50 first thing in the morning, and we'll see clouds and fog. But very quickly, winds will pick up the northwest by midday and afternoon. Drier air, cooler air once again coming in as an upper air storm system passes. The high around 60 degrees may occur sometime midday into early afternoon before the temperatures begin to fall off and that cooler air moves in. These are current temperatures, and again, pretty much foggy across the areas Ronnie mentioned. Some light drizzle here and there. 44 Round Rock, 45 out at Pflugerville and the East Toll Road, 44 at Manor, 45 at Bergstrom, same at Camp Mabry, Rollingwood, Lakeway, and Lago Vista right now, holding at about 43 degrees. Meanwhile, with that low visibility and fog, it's 45 in Georgetown, 45 in San Marcos as well. Again, chilly air at the surface, moisture being drawn up and over the top, what we call an overrunning pattern. That'll keep that fog and drizzle in the forecast throughout the night and into the morning hours. You folks out there in Mason and western Llano County, parts of Gillespie County, we know you saw some sunshine today for a while. Meanwhile, the cloud cover pretty extensive to the east of that line. High pressure to the east of us now. That means more of a southeasterly wind flow. But again, on top of this cooler, more dense layer of cool air near the surface produces the overrunning. The front to the west west, an upper air storm system moving east puts an end to that by tomorrow, and it looks like some cooler, drier air moving in for the weekend. We got another storm system, though, for early next week we need to keep an eye on. So my forecast tonight, calling for patchy, dense fog, occasional drizzle, a cloudy sky. Temperatures will rise from the currents, probably closer to 50 by daybreak tomorrow morning, and then that low cloudiness and fog will persist into the morning rush hour tomorrow morning. Clouds will break by midday, though, as winds turn northwest 10 to 20. Drier air moves in. 62 for the afternoon high. Look at 30 for tomorrow night, so we're back down below freezing on average across the areas. The dry air takes hold. That'll continue into the weekend. However, another storm system due by late Sunday night, more likely New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. I'm keeping rain chances here minimal. Now, some of the computer models are doing just the opposite. We just haven't seen much rain, and I'll tell you now, the computer forecast suggests, Ronnie, less than 1/4 of an inch of rain from any weather system that moves through. That's why I'm going to keep the lower probabilities at this point. Just not real hopeful for a whole lot of rain in the next 7 days for south central Texas.
Very good. Thank you, Troy. A warning tonight about getting something you may not expect when you buy used. A father in Colorado got his 5-year-old son a refurbished Nintendo 3DS for Christmas, but the system had more than games just loaded on it. The 5-year-old ended up getting an eye full of pornography.
Oh, I lost it. I just called everybody.
I said, Dad, this DS has porn on it.
But you can't unsee this. He's 5 years old. Now, maybe when he's 18 or 20, maybe he won't know anything about it, but he's not going to forget about it tomorrow.
Well, he took it back to the store he bought it from, and workers told him the images were from a previous owner, and they were not caught before it was sold. The store gave the family a brand new device along with several games and says it's looking at its policies now to make sure this doesn't happen again in the future. Shattered glass. Next, what caused a 16-foot tall aquarium to break open.
The Jeff Probst Show. Say yes.
Weekdays at 3 on KITV.
This is it. The lowest prices of the year through Monday at the original Nyle Maxwell. During our multi-million-dollar inventory reduction event with thousands in additional red tag savings. Just 15 minutes east of Round Rock on Highway 79.
This holiday season, make a resolution to hug more. Corners, that is. Hurry in to the BMW Happier New Year event and make a resolution you want to keep. Receive your holiday credit of up to $3,500 on select models and take advantage of no-cost maintenance on all new BMWs.
It's Bell's after Christmas sale and clearance. Stock up and save 60 to 80% on all red and yellow tickets, sweaters, outerwear, accessories, and more. Shop now and save more later. Get $10 bonus bucks when you spend $25. Doors open at 8 a.m. Bell's.
Welcome to Chevy's year-end event. So the 5.3-liter V8 Silverado can tow up to 9,600 pounds?
315 horsepower.
What's that in reindeer power?
See your Austin area Chevy dealers. Get the best offer of the year, 0% APR financing for 60 months plus $1,000 holiday bonus cash, plus trade up for an additional $1,000 trade-in allowance. Hurry, bonus cash ends January 2nd.
What's helping power our state? Natural gas from Texas for Texans. A cleaner way to power our lives. Almost half of our electricity comes from natural gas, keeping energy bills lower while reducing pollution. Thanks to the reliability of natural gas, companies large and small are bringing jobs back home to Texas. And decades of technological advances help ensure natural gas is developed safely and responsibly. Texas Natural Gas now. From Texas for Texans.
Welcome to Toyotathon, biggest sales event of the year. I'm Jan.
I hear now's a great time to get a truck.
Well, it is. We have 2 very rugged and dependable trucks.
Oh, well, I need one that can handle my boat.
The Tundra towed the shuttle Endeavor weighing about 300,000 pounds. What's your boat weigh?
Now's the time to visit your local Toyota dealer. Get 0% APR for 72 months plus $2,000 bonus cash on a 2012 Tundra Crewmax Texas Edition built right here in San Antonio. Toyotathon is on, but you better hurry. This event ends soon.
A tree trimmer is back on the ground tonight after a daring rescue. He got stranded in a palm tree about 3 stories high outside an apartment building in California. Fire crews had to use a ladder to reach the man. They tied a harness around him and then helped push away the palm fronds that had surrounded him. He was then brought to safety onto the roof of the nearby building. The man was not hurt. Video released today shows a scary and dangerous situation inside a shipping center in China. Watch as the glass shatters on this aquarium. More than a dozen people were hurt. 3 sharks died. An early investigation shows the glass exploded on the 16-foot tall tank because the temperature was too cold. Bob's here now with sports, and the Horns defense has some work to do.
And they've got 1 game left to do it, and then they'll have to go into the offseason remembering that game. Manny Diaz produced one of the worst defenses in UT history this year. Why he's still excited about what's ahead, plus an amazing shot in the Mavs Thunder game that you've got to see to believe. Sports is next.
The all-new KITV mobile app. Download it now.
Need a boost to be your best? Drink SK Energy Shots. SK is made with antioxidants and vitamins, and none of the bad stuff like taurine or artificial flavors. Just a smooth rush of energy that tastes great and really works. New SK Energy Shots. Make the switch to a better source of energy.
This is it, our best prices of the year at Nyle Maxwell GMC. Our biggest sales event. 0 down, 0% financing up to 72 months, plus no payments till February. This is it at Nyle Maxwell GMC in Round Rock.
Fall into cool savings at Crestview RV and Buda. Every RV in stock is on sale just in time for cooler weather. 2012 Jayco J-Flight 26-foot bunkhouse travel trailers, $12,995 or $119 a month. Well equipped. Heating and air conditioning, full kitchen and bath, and it sleeps a family of 9. That's year-round camping. $12,995 or $119 a month. Jayco, America's most livable RVs. Crestview RV and Buda, I-35 South, exit 220 next to Cabela's. Online anytime at CrestviewRV.com. CrestviewRV.com.
At Capital Kia, make your car payments in 2013. 12 monthly payments, 1 lucky winner, regardless if you purchase from us. You can register to win at 183 in Anderson Mill, just in front of the water tower, or shop us online at capitalkia.net. And if I can't beat a new car key deal in Texas, I'm just going to give it to you.
Life is full of unexpected expenses. They can pop up anytime, anywhere, and leave you short on cash, especially after the holidays. At times like these, turn to Easy Money for the cash you need. Our loans are quick, easy, and confidential. And right now, get the first $100 with no fees on any new customer loan, or save $75 on a new title loan. Let us help you start the new year off right with cash from Easy Money, your instant cash headquarters.
Looking for a used vehicle but just don't have the time? Then go to the one website that has it all. iwannabuyused.com. Over 1,000 used cars, trucks, sports utilities, and crossovers all online. You can find every make, every model, every price range, plus pictures, videos, and vehicle history reports. Even arrange financing and never leave your computer. Leave Judson Ford's used car and truck superstores. 5 convenient locations, including 183 North, exit Spicewood McNeil. iwannabuyused.com.
This is KITV Sports with Bob Ballou.
A fantastic finish in Oklahoma City. Down 3 with 2 seconds left. A busted inbounds play for the Mavs leads to a Darren Collison off 1 foot. Hope and pray it goes. Oh, it goes. The 3 sends it to overtime. In overtime, though, it's a lot of thunder, and it's a lot of Russell Westbrook. The steal of O.J. Mayo here, and he is fast. Former Horn Kevin Durant has 40 in the overtime win. From the time Jordan Hicks suffered an injury against Ole Miss through the Baylor game, Manny Diaz's defense struggled in a big way. No matter how much better the Horns got, all people really remembered were the 48, 50, and 63 points given up in 3 straight weeks. Diaz then toyed with the idea of leaving for Florida International.
You don't leave the University of Texas for any position unless it's a perfect situation. That's on one side of the equation. The second side of the equation is that there's a little bit of unfinished business here. We have a little bit of chip on our shoulder now.
They should. Texas finished the season 75th in the country in total defense and gave up more yards per game than any team in the history of UT football. They played better down the stretch, but the concerns are still there, yet the players see the progress.
People just look at the last 2 years and say it's going down, but you know it's been a lot of change going around here. You have the last 2 years we played the most freshmen in the country, so you know you can't say it's going down.
It makes us look at ourselves in the mirror and say what is real. Unless you go out and show people that and stop listening to what everybody else has to say, then you know it's just all hype.
There's just something here. All these guys understand that we're capable of getting done. That has just been something that has just been needling at me nonstop, and I'm very excited about where we're headed.
Now, Malcolm Brown ran for 100 yards plus in 2 of the Longhorns' first 3 games this year, then suffered an ankle injury against Oklahoma State that plagued him the rest of the season. Jonathan Gray took his starting spot, and Brown is now just fighting to get back on the field. He's very talented, but he's more excited to have an opportunity to make an impact Saturday, if he can, in front of his hometown fans.
It was great. I mean, as soon as I found out, and as soon as everyone found out, I was getting calls and texts like, man, he coming back to San Antonio, stuff like that. So, I mean, it's going to be a real fun atmosphere, and I've told everybody on the team that these San Antonio fans they get wild, they get crazy, so they're real faithful fans, and there's a whole lot of Longhorns out here, so it's going to be real fun.
In 48 hours, we'll know just how much fun, if Texas is 1 game better than last year, or just the same. Our coverage of the Horns and Beavers in San Antonio continues all weekend. Texas trying to beat a top 15 opponent for the first time in more than 2 years. Baylor is the first of the Big 12 teams to play this bowl season, and former Stony Point running back Glasgow Martin gets the Bears scoring spree started. Takes it in for 4 yards out, 1 of 2 touchdowns in the first half, 7-0 Baylor. Nick Florence throws 3 first-half touchdowns. This one up top to Antoine Goodley. He'd also hit Tevin Reese on a 55-yarder. Right now, look at this. Baylor destroying UCLA 35-7. Stay with us. Troy 7-Day is next.
Save money. Buy local. Keep Austin comfy. Visit AustinCouches.com.
As the ball drops, prices drop. At Ashley Furniture Home Store, shop the New Year's sale and get 13% off, or no interest for 5 years, or a free TV. The New Year's celebration is on now, so don't drop the ball. Get to Ashley Furniture Home Store today.
I really should have followed the GPS.
I'll just ask this guy.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know where Christine?
The Infiniti G Sedan, because luxury should inspire confidence.
It's not from around here.
No matter what road you take.
Visit the Infiniti Limited Engagement Winter Event to lease a G Sedan for only $299 a month.
Infiniti, inspired performance.
It's the Ross After Christmas Clearance. Thousands of new markdowns. Save up to 75% compared to department stores. Better hurry to Ross before it's all gone.
Time to go shopping at Town & Country Leather's New Year's sale. Our best brands on sale now. Save 30% now through Monday. Town & Country Leather's New Year's sale. Corner of Anderson and Burnett. Happy holidays, and thanks for shopping local.
The Mazda Zero to Drive event is hitting the holidays where it counts, right in the savings. Timing couldn't be better to get the gift of Mazda and kick off the new year right. Unwrap huge holiday savings on all remaining new 2012 Mazdas in stock, like the spacious Mazda 5 Sport with automatic and seating for 6, $18,495, or the 7-passenger Mazda CX-9 Sport SUV, just $24,997. Additional bonus savings available too. Roger Beasley Mazda, Central, South, Georgetown, and Killeen. Online at getamazda.com.
The perfect mattress from Haverty's. How these are made. Save up to $300 on select Sealy mattress sets. Get free box springs on select Sealy Posturepedic sets. And enjoy 60 months no interest on Sealy Optimum and Stearns & Foster beds at Haverty's. Discover something new.
Time saver traffic. Only on KITV Morning News.
The biggest party place this New Year's isn't Times Square. It's at Ashley Furniture Home Store. Get 13% off, or no interest for 5 years, or a free TV. Now that's a reason to celebrate. A New Year's price party on now at Ashley Furniture Home Store.
From airlines and restaurants to the beauty industry.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I'm taking you behind the scenes to get the dirty little secrets you won't want to miss.
On the all-new Ricky Lake Show.
Tomorrow at 4 on KITV.
Spend Fridays with Uncle Fred. Go to the Taco Shack on North Lamar between 5 and 7 a.m. Grab breakfast and meet KITV's Fred Cantu. First 10 people there get a free taco and coffee mug. Fridays with Uncle Fred on KITV Morning News.
New York City's ready to ring in the new year with a traditional ball drop. Today, workers installed 288 Waterford crystal panels on the ceremonial ball. Those panels have doves chiseled into them for the theme, Let There Be Peace. More than 1 billion people are expected to watch the ball drop on TV. Temperature still dropping?
Not dropping much tonight. In fact, they're probably going to come up overnight. This fog is going to hang around probably into the morning rush hour tomorrow morning. Your 7-day forecast calling for lows, probably where we are now across the Austin area. Tomorrow, close to 60 as we break the clouds and a weak cold front moves through the area. Back near freezing tomorrow night and back into the 50s for the weekend. Going to watch the storm system New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. At least a chance of rain there before it turns cooler again by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. By the way, 7-day precipitation across the area, generally less than 1/4 inch. Doesn't seem like a big surprise there.
Yeah, it's terrible, though. Next on The Late Show with David Letterman, Matt Damon. Our next newscast tomorrow morning starting at 5. We'll see you back here tomorrow night at 5, 6, and 10. Good night.
Don't miss the greatest music event on the planet, the Grammy Awards live, CBS February 10th.
From New York, the greatest city in the world, it's The Late Show with David Letterman. Tonight, Matt Damon from The Hobbit and Unexpected Journey, Martin Freeman. Music from J.D. McPherson. Plus Paul Schaefer and the CBS Orchestra. And now, bubble-headed bleach blonde, David Letterman.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Hey, kids, are you having trouble choosing a college? It's a little... I hear it there. Just had a fascinating discussion with a young man from Pace University. Ladies and gentlemen, I got some sad news earlier today. Over the weekend, I was lucky enough and greatly honored to receive the Kennedy Center honor. Thank you. Well, apparently the Kennedy Center honor people saw the show last night, and they called today asking for the award back. What are you going to do? Easy come, easy go. Now, please, I hope to goodness we don't have anybody in the audience tonight who spends $1 million stringing computer-generated light displays around their house for Christmas. Anybody who does that? Oh, no, you know, your house creates a traffic jam because you've got 1 billion light bulbs. I mean, honest to God, nothing really says Merry Christmas like your house visible from outer space. Honestly, nothing says farewell, goodwill to mankind like taxing the energy grid. Anyway, they lighted, last week they lighted the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Plaza. Anybody seen that tree? It's a beauty. Here now is the lighting of the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Plaza. I hope you enjoy this. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mitt Romney, of course, lost the election. Remember how awful for like 2 years we had to put up with that, and now it's over? I mean, think about it this way. One day, you're the Republican candidate running for President of the United States, and the next day you're sitting in Applebee's blowing on your soup. But it was announced today that Mitt Romney has a new job. He's going back to work. He got a job at a Marriott. How about that? Mitt will be working at a Marriott. And Mitt will be the guy, when you're at the front desk arguing over your minibar bill, Mitt will be the guy that comes from out back. Oh, I understand there's some trouble. Let me have a look at that. Let's just take a look. I hope you enjoyed your stay with us. That's Mitt. Hey, let me see. You know what I'm talking about when I mentioned the Kardashians? Well, one of them got loose and showed up in Bahrain, and walking around started a riot because she's wearing skin-tight outfits, everything just like it was painted on, you know, those kind of deals, and short skirts, started a riot. They had to call the authorities. So there apparently is a fashion police. Apparently there is. Get right down to it. There she is. You know who's engaged? Take a guess. Hugh Hefner. What is this, a rerun? Isn't he always getting engaged? Yeah, Hef admitted, he said today about his fiancée, I've fallen for her and I can't get up. Poor guy, I mean, God bless him, he's like 86, 87 or something like that, and his fiancée is 26 years old, and I mean, yeah, on paper, sure, it's sickening, but if you think about it, I mean, during sex, the guy needs a grab bar. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Oh, hang on a second, look out. His fiancee's name is Tiffany. No, I'm sorry, Crystal. What's the difference? What really is the difference? Tiffany, Crystal, what possible difference could it make?
Okay, all right.
If you're named Tiffany, you might as well be named Crystal. Am I right? If you're Crystal, you might as well be named Tiffany. It just doesn't make any difference. Anyway, she was saying that she was really, really looking forward to the ceremony, and people say, are you talking about the wedding or a funeral?
Right.
Thank you. Sarah. I know. You people deserve better. Hey, here's the thing. Paul and I know this. Maybe you know this very famous restaurant landmark here in New York City, the Stage Delicatessen. Right around the corner on 7th Avenue. Been in business for, God, I don't know, forever. I think, well, they've closed. They're out of business.
Yes.
Yep, closed the doors. Yep. And for years and years and years, I remember I had every lunch at the Stage Delicatessen. I remember those lunches I also remember my heart bypass surgery. And I mean... I love going into the Stage and ordering